He did some bouncing around in Memphis, Germany, Calgary. He had a lot of success in Stu Hart's territory before making his way to Louisiana at about the same time as Watts broke away from Leroy McGurk and started up Mid-South Wrestling, which would have been late 1979. Ted, when do you recall first meeting JYD? Were you there at this time?
Yeah, okay. I started in the summer of '75,
Mm-hmm.
and I was there for I think a year, and then let me see, I went I went back to Amarillo um, for a short stay, and then I went up and I worked for the Kansas City territory, and so then I went from Kansas City. I think I went back to Amarillo for a short time, and then um, that's when I got the call from Terry Funk, and he said, "Get to Atlanta
Mm-hmm.
and get on the Atlanta TV." Um, and that's what I did, and I didn't. So then I didn't come back to. I didn't come back to Mid South until I think uh, it was like I think it was the summer of '81. By that time, obviously JYD was there. So when I went back to Atlanta, I mean when I went back to Mid South um, from Atlanta, he was there.
And that would have been the first time that you had ever crossed paths with him.
I think so. I think so, but because I know we became fast friends. Okay, tell me when he went to work for Bill the first time.
He would have gone to work for Bill straight from Calgary, just as Bill had secured the territory from Leroy McGurk, which is late '79.
Okay, that sounds right. That sounds right.
What were your first impressions of Dog?
Uh, Unbelievable! What a nice guy, super guy, very funny, always cracking jokes, but and just an all around great guy. And you know, it's kind of like uh, I've heard things that Bill has had, compliments that Bill has given me that it wasn't directly to me, but through other people
Hmm.
about my ability and what have you. And so if you're gonna, if you got a new great talent, somebody you're going to push, then you got to put him with somebody that can get him there. And I guess that somebody was me. So, but at first we were both baby faces.
Yes.
Okay, and so, and he was doing great. He was coming along good. I guess the best way to describe Dog was he didn't have like you know he wasn't like an in ring great technician type of guy,
Right.
but he had he had so much charisma. Oh my gosh! And he was so good on the microphone that it made up for every what he didn't have. And I remember calling Terry Funk when Bill told me that he was going to turn me heel, and I said, this is the first time being a heel," and he said, "There's the way Terry said it." He says, when you're the heel, you're the guy calling you're calling the match, okay?" And with a guy like JYD who has all those great characteristics, but he's not really a great ring technician. You gotta you gotta know what he can do and what he can do very well, and stay away from the things that he can't do very well. Basically, he says, it's like you got to kind of put him in the middle of the ring and work around him. Kind of like I would have to create all the excitement, so to speak, and that's eventually what we tried to do. But like I said, I mean, we were such good friends that uh, when Melanie and I decided to go ahead and get married, we got married on New Year's Eve, January the 31st, 1981, and JYD was right there. and stood up as my best man. So
Wow. So you guys were really fast friends.
yeah, we were.